Yo, what's going on, boys? About to head over to the gym. Actually, I ended up taking the day off today and 2 other days so that it would make like 17 full days off for the holidays. So I'm pretty excited about that. Um, I know a lot of you boys are gonna have to be working, okay? A lot of the blue collar jobs, out there in the trenches. Guys, I used to dig trenches. Okay? I remember using the Bobcat, having to get down in there. We were working for a cell phone company. Well, it's actually a cell phone tower company. So we'd put up the towers and everything. But yeah, I completely remember having to dig out the trenches. In the trenches, bro. Like, actually in there. 120 degrees outside, and I'm just like, what did I get myself into? And so I've done jobs like that. Okay, I've been on full spectrum. And so I'm not here to tell you that I'm better than you at all. All right, I know how expensive rent is. I know that we just want to enjoy our family, our time. We want to just, like, people leave us alone, right? And that's one of the biggest things is, like, at least me as a guy, I like to have my alone time, my alone space, that time to recharge. Believe it or not, I'm actually pretty introverted, and I can be extroverted when I try and when I want to be, but it's not like, I need a bunch of friends so I can recharge my power packs. No. I like to hang out with a small knit group of people that are quality friends. Wow, imagine that we could actually have just a small amount of friends and then have fun. People who actually have your back. Or if you call them up, yeah, man, I'll be there. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you end up spreading yourself too thin with, like, a massive amount of acquaintances. Okay? Like I talked about in one of the scheduling video, basically you have 2 to 3 hours to have free time during the week, and you can hang out with friends, of course, but other things will suffer. And so one of the biggest things my dad always used to tell me was focus on, like, one thing. But I think that there is a little bit misconception, because I think we need to focus on all things at once. And let me explain what I mean. Like, you need to get your fitness on point. You need to get your money right, but you also need to get your education as well. And so it's a little bit of everything. And you're going to have to song dance around and juggle things. If you have kids, it's going to be a lot harder because you got to prioritize them first, right? You got to prioritize providing for your family. Especially if you're married and the wife stay home. That's what my mom was. Stay-at-home mom for the last 30 years. Well, I guess 28 years. And it's just been, tough financially on my family. But we were able to get through it all. And we didn't need the best fancy stuff. We didn't need to keep up with people. We didn't need to fake who we were and to show that, I live like this. No. Guys, this car right here is a 2006 Mazda 6. Something I picked up on Facebook Marketplace for $3,000. Okay? I am not, like, I don't care about, like, the $2,000 neck. This necklace right here, this cross necklace, guys, was like $10 on Amazon. This shirt was like $5 on Amazon. Like, I never felt that inclination to just keep up with the Joneses or whatever that is. I don't even know what that means. I just heard that term thrown around. And I just think it's, like, laughable. Like, just be yourself. And so what I do like about this car, though, is the leather seats. And it actually has heated seats as well. So that's kind of cool. And it's a manual. So I always wanted a car that was, like, manual. I got rid of my old Mustang that was, like, a $2,000 car. That one was manual. Had that for 8 years. In a world of total instant gratification where you could just click Carvania and then it just, like, delivers to your driveway within seconds and, you're pre-qualified. Okay. To me, that's like going to college and saying, You've been selected to attend. Okay, yeah, so has a lot of other people. Can I make those payments? Can I actually, afford that? Right? That doesn't mean they're going to give you any money, any scholarships for it. It just means that you've been accepted. Sure, great. I've been rewarded the car. And the thing is like have now, pay later, right? This is that instant gratification type thing where the internet has kind of ruined it for a lot of men, where instant gratification for everything is right there. You want a new phone? Oh yeah, zero down for 24 months. And you just pay $30 a month for it, whatever. Oh yeah, just charge it. Just like anything else. Next thing you know, you have like your Netflix, your Hulu, everything, and it's just like piling up. And you're just like, what happened? That's what I had to do with my brother. I was like, we had to sit down and list out everything that was going on because he was getting big in trouble. I mean, not in trouble, but like every penny adds up, let's just say. So I was like, yeah, we gotta sit down and write this out. And as the older brother, it's my duty to train him and to train you guys and everybody else, because this is what I feel like I'm meant to do, because I've dealt with it, and so I can speak about it. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not gonna talk about stuff I haven't done. It's just silly. Yeah, back to the trench digging. And why do I mention that? Because that is like probably one of the hardest, like, okay, it's easy job, but physically it's super demanding, and it doesn't have a lot of good social stigmatization to it. Sometimes, like, even when I'm talking, like, my brain works faster than my mouth, and so I trip on my own words, like Elon Musk, and I'm not here to, like, deny that. It's just how I am. Who knows? It could be from anything. I don't know. I don't care. I'm just here making the videos. So, yeah. What are you guys' goals for next year? You guys have plans? Like, what do you want to do? I know a lot of people like want to go travel and go on trips. I used to do that a little bit. Every month I'd want to go somewhere new. Even if there was somewhere in town or like the next town over, like we'd go places. Like I went to Oregon, Washington, New York, and we'd do these trips and stuff. And it was just a weekend getaway. And it was fun. I encourage you to go out and try and look at new things so you can see the world in a different perspective. I think that's huge. If you don't like what you're doing in your job, and I know that like all this 9 to 5 stuff is like, even in Europe, like they don't do that. I think someone was telling me like in France, they literally have time to just sit down and take a nap, bro. I'm just like, whoa, nap time? That sounds fun. Give me a nap around 2 p.m. That's when I start like passing out. But here, I mean, if you're not working 24/7 and the boss sees that you're on your phone, oh wow, that's come here. It's like, whoa. And then a lot of us don't even leave the house because you're either working from home or after a full days of work, you're going to the gym, you come back, you're exhausted, you're like, I don't want to go out. And then it's like, that's the end of the day. And then like you just wait for the weekend to roll by, and oh man. I never subscribed to that idea of like, thank God it's Friday. Like, you should enjoy every day and not just wait for the weekend. And honestly, I kind of felt myself feeling that a little recently. It's like, wow, I really enjoy my routines, because I feel like if I didn't have a full routine and like work forces me to have that routine, then I would just not be the man I am today. That makes sense. There's an old guy at work who's like 85, and his routine is the same every day. And he claims he hasn't been sick in like 30 years. And I'm like, there's no way. But I mean, what he describes, does his saline rinse, does his exercises in the morning, does his bike ride. Okay, exercise is huge. Keeps your circulatory system basically lubed up like oil, and keeps your veins from getting crusty. And it's been great for him. And I was like, man, I need the secrets to life, because you look like you're like 60 years old and you're telling me you're almost 90. I'm like, you're going to live well past 100. You know, walks great, still does stairs, stands up straight. Sometimes things in life just need to be more simple. You know, sometimes we just overcomplicate things. And the stress of life brings disease, and it brings just unwanted anxiety, I guess you could say. You know, the what ifs of the world. Something like that. But anyway, I don't know what else to talk about this time. Sometimes I just vent to my own self on here. But it's going to be upper day, and I'm going to do some stairs. We're going to do 30 minutes on the stairs. It's going to be good. I'm doing this without any pre-workout today, so this ought to be interesting. And then driving down to my parents', like I said, and then I'll be back on this weekend. I'm busy grinding again, so it never stops, you know. And sometimes it is nice to just relax and to smell the roses. You know, when we were kids, we were able to do that a lot more. At the playground, hanging out with friends. Didn't have to be anywhere, you know. The life before social media and everything else. I think a lot of times we spend a lot of times on our phone. And because the stuff in the phone isn't tangible, it's actually cobwebbed up in our brains. It's like in a weird cloud zone. And so a lot of our thoughts get like discombobulated. And so this is why I always encourage us to write stuff down as to like what you want to do. Because I am a big advocate on pro and con lists. Because when you write those down, you're able to actually see what's going on, because it's a tangible item. Even the Bible talks about that. You need to like write stuff down, so make the vision plain so that you can read it. Because up in here, it's one thing to have a thought, but it's another thing to see it. And so once that happens and the imagination is taken away, and basically now you can head towards that goal, it's going to be a lot better for you. And that's worked for me. You know, this car over here, I'll show you. I photoshopped myself into this car when I was probably 12 years old. And I said, one day I'm going to build this car. This is the kit car. And I still have that picture. And sure enough, I did it. But if I hadn't have taken the time to like write it down, in essence, and by writing it, actually, you know what? We were going through the attic the other day, and I found a letter from me back in the day, and it basically stated that I was going to have this car one day, and that it was going to be so cool. And sure enough, I did it. So there's power in writing stuff down, especially if it's important to you. Because I tell you what, if something isn't important to you, you're not really going to put a lot of effort toward it. And it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it is. Anybody can say whatever they want. They can think whatever they want. But it's the action behind those words that's going to get us to that next level. And, man, it's just been great. So I wish you guys very best for Christmas. We'll probably do another video when I head down tomorrow. I don't even know what about yet. But you know, a lot of these videos, nothing here is scripted. I have nothing. This is just me talking. And I enjoy it. You know, it shares my own thoughts, gets my voice out, and then I can share with somebody out there, you know. And I don't know who that is. I don't know who needs to hear any of this, but I know hopefully it makes a difference. But anyway, boys, in a world full of fakeness and deception, keep dominating your realities and becoming the best version you can be. I'll see you in the next one.